So now, the management want to evaluate the performance. Okay, so our question again is the management wants to evaluate the performance of each sales, and we have to consider the customer, employees table, and the order table. So how do we go about this now? So we want to see the total sales of each of the customer, and we see the employee that was assigned to them. I think so because they want to rate those employee based on the sales that was generated from the customer they are managing. All right, so that is our concern now. So we need to then get how then we link the employee table with the customer table with the um, other details, because other details is the table um, that has the total purchases. I'm sure I'm right. Okay, quantity, yes, quantity order. That's so that means we'll be doing some products here because we want to get the sales. So we'll be doing some product of, and these things, you just have to be creative about it because we want to get the um not just the quantity that was purchased, we want to get um the value of those quantity that were purchased. Okay, all right, so let's get into it. um so to get that, we need this quantity ordered in these other details, and we need do we need here? Think we will need the price. Okay, it is here, so we don't need to get into this. So price each. So price each is the selling price, while buy price is the cost price. I think I made that distinction last week. So I mean that's how we should go into it. So we need to do the product of these two, that is the quantity order by the price each, and then um so this table, all is needed for is just for us to get to other details from customer. So customer, employee and customer has a link, and the link is employee number. So employee number in the employee table is linked to the sales rep employee number in the customer table, and so these two have a link, and we just need to get to other details so that we can get these two columns on which we'll be doing our product. So quickly we just go to it now. It's done because we already know what we're looking for and we know where to get them, and we are I think everybody on this call is a master of joins, so we can go ahead and write our query. So now what do we need? So it is the employee we want to celebrate, and okay, from this, the column that has the employee has the employee first name and the employee last name. If we like, we can add the employee number to it. So, but let's just limit it to the employee first name. So we say select employees dot employee name uh, is it the employee table has first name and it has employee last name. Okay, and we now want to do something. Okay, so I'll write this in a bit. I'll write it one after the other. So let me first treat what I will have in the in the bracket, because these employees, and sometimes when you want to understand something, try and first let's even see what the table looks like for customer. Let's quickly see what the table looks like for customer. Customer, that is select asterisk from customer. Remember I said don't always do asterisk, but even if you do asterisk, you can limit it. Um, Customer, we can just limit it to, I said we should also respect keyword. Remind me, I'm just trying to rush things. So let's just run this. All right. So this is what it looks like. So now we have all these customer details. Um, so there is a possibility, and the possibility is even showing before me now. This is employee 1370. This is employee 1370. All right. So this employee 1370 is managing, of just 5 that we generated, is managing 2 of them. And that is what I want to show. And I'm happy we're able to just see that case now. So employee 1370. So this particular customer, because each of these lines are unique for customer, but for the employee, you can have one employee managing multiple customer, and that is what happened in this case. So we have this employee managing 2 customers in this. Let's even assume the total number of customers is just 5. So that means this employee is managing 2 of the 5. So what that means is that by the time we have to generate the total sales of this first employee, first customer, right? This customer 103. We generate the um, quantity ordered times um, um, price each. That's quantity order by price each. That's to get the total sales of customer 103. And we'll also do the same for customer 119. We'll generate the quantity order and um, the what's it called? The price each for that. So we do the product. So and we had both. We had what we get, that is quantity times price. What we have for customer 103, we had it to what we have for customer 119. Remember, you get that. So we'll now be doing the product of the quantity and selling price for each of the customer. So at the end of the day, we now add it up for employee 1370. So that is the idea. So why I have to do this, breaking it down to solve it, is that anytime you want to solve a problem, first relate with the tables that you want to use in solving the problem. So without relating the table, we won't have this. Because without relating with this table, what we will have written, which will be correct but will not be sufficient, is that we'll have just done this, and I will do that now. Okay. Um, so we have done the select, and so we started our select. We started selecting employees. We say employee dot the first name employee um, dot the last name, and then we want to get into the quantity. Um, that's their contribution now. That's the supplier now on the supply, and so what the supplier um purchase. So remember, this is in order details. So this should be order details dot quantity, and we just do the product times order details um, dot price each, which is the price of the item. So we could have just done this, and we'll continue. So if we do this right, okay, let me just, and just like I've explained, so if we do this for employee 13 1370, what we have done is that we will not have captured everything. We'll just possibly capture one line for it, or at the most efficient way, it will just end up returning each of the lines. But we want it to be that the total sales, and I think that question reflects it. We want all the total sales against what the customer is managing, and I think, okay, generated by their customers. So performance of each sales representative based on the total sales generated by their customers. So now we've established that they manage more than one customer. So that means we should have a sum here that will perform the aggregate for us. So we should have a sum there that will perform that aggregate for us. So, and uh, I think we are not alien to alias again. So we can just take this and say total sales. Um, so we are used to alias now. All right. Okay. Mm. All right. So now we now start our joint journey. So the first place, and even from this our table. Okay, where is our joint table? From this our table, it is from employee to customer to orders, then to other details. Perfect. So now we start. Uh, okay, check. So from employee, so and then we give it alias E. So with this, remember our ways. I intentionally didn't start it that way at the beginning, so that for anyone watching will know why we have E dots. You will know that it's actually the employee, but since we have given employee the alias E, so we can say E dot first name, E dot, excuse me, E dot last name, which will still mean employee dot first name, that is the first name from the employee table. All right, so now, so we do inner join on uh, inner join. So the next table is customer table, and we want to give it an alias, yes, because we don't want to write customer in full. The next time we'll be using customer on. So what are they joining on? Remember, I showed the other time. So they are joining on employee number and sales rep employee number. They are joining on employee number and sales rep employee number. So that is what they are joining on. All right. So quickly, Now let's switching over. Okay, quickly. So it does employee number equals C dot sales. Okay, sales dot employee number. Right. So our join is not end yet because so you now join others table. I believe that's the next table. Others table um as O. Others table as O on. So what we connect both this and this is customer number. So on C dot customer number equals O dot customer number. Okay, now our last join is on other details as OD. So with this we can change these guys to OD and OD. Okay, so and what relates both of them together? So other details to other the related on other number. Okay, so on um O dot other number equals OD dot other number as well. So now we are fully joined our table and we can, yeah, so remember, oh, it is only where I touched tonight. So we do group by, we'll, the same way we looked at where extensively tonight, we'll look at group by as well. So how group by works. And there was a question I wanted to answer this week. We did something last week and somebody wanted country to be added to it. And I said I will share today. And that was why I even want to take a whole class on group by. But take it as it. So anytime we have an aggregate in the select statement, so we do our group by. We group by something so that the aggregates won't just be flying around. So we have to group by something, and in this case, we'll be grouping by the um, employee number. So let's just group by employee number. Um, employee number. So next week we'll dwell so much on this. So now we already have this. So and what this explains is that we have the first name and the last name of that employee, and we have this the total sales by the customer that this employee is managing, and then we have this. All right, so um, we now have excuse me. So we have this, and by this we can tell who is doing the most. So this is all that the we want it the management. So this is all the management want to see. So all we just do is we export this file, we save in downloads or anywhere we want to have it saved. Okay, it's open. Okay, so it's open. And then you save, so we can go and pull it up. So now So, fun enough, all the employees we have is just 15, and now we can come here and just send this document to them. And with that, we have done our work. And like I said, you can manage it from here and you can rename from that um, place as well. Instead of having it at total underscore sales, we could have just put something and put it March, and then we have it. So, and you can do a whole lot of here with our Excel um, and last name. And yeah, though you could also do this in what's it called? Um, you can then format as number or maybe US dollars. So you have something, and when some people tell you we are working on reports, uh, this is a report that they've already gotten. So I think we can rest on this. Um, all right. So thank you for being a part of this night's class.